forever.
Love to love. Anyway, hey everybody, welcome back.
Anyone knocking on the tent?
Back?
No.
No.
So anyway, the night passes. Well,
night.
well, effectively your night. You rest. We'll put it that way.
Our sleepy time.
You get your sleepy time in. Mostly. You at least feel better than you were.
Chance is almost tempted to peek.
You don't want to.
Are you though?
No, I'm not going to. I said tempted.
All right. So you can
I'm really
break.
thinking about the fingers.
You can break camp. What's your plan?
Yeah, what's our exact plan?
Keep
I
heading
made
towards
a
the
mud
cave.
pit. We want
Yes.
to cover ourselves with mud. I will go over to the mud pit. And I will
Chance strips
just-
naked and dives in.
Well, I'm not stripping naked because my armor
Why?
has sent to it as well. So I will just like lay in it and then roll.
You look miserable, don't you?
I hate it. I hate it so much. You know how he is with his with his uniforms and shit. He's like, oh god.
I
this
think
is
I'd be
worse.
like just grinning, like yes.
It should be a pretty big mud pit at this point. 8 hours of just water running.
Yeah, but I want to watch you get roll around and be miserable for just a minute.
Watch me destroyed. It's an ecological disaster. down down the line.
You didn't
Anyways.
have to turn it to full blast.
It does have, it does have
Geyser.
a really high setting. Alright, yeah, I just roll and cover myself in mud. And then look at you guys and then smile as I get a foot taller and turn into the commander, Calada.
Mm-hmm.
And then Chance throws a mud ball at you.
And it wouldn't show in it's illusion.
I know. Just because he
I'm
wants
already
to.
covered in mud. Why does it bother me?
Just for fun.
Zach,
Yeah.
summon your sword.
I hold my hand out and I have a sword.
Hit me.
You sure?
Yep.
Okay. I hit him. Two-handed. 13, I miss. I'm so bad!
Try again.
Okay.
Aim for him.
There you go.
20. Alright. 6.
The one-handed would have done more.
I know.
It would have, but instead you just get a strike in.
Little cut. Okay, try again. At
You want
least
me to do it?
bruises. I mean, you do have a silvered sword. No, everyone just take a turn. It'll be fun.
You want me to stab you or shoot you?
Sure. Either one.
Oh, are we doing, we're full on just attack? Okay.
Just one at a time, so I can say stop.
I cast Booming Blade.
What a surprise! Signe jumped right on that. Alright, so that's another 12.
This
Still
is
need
weird.
more damage.
One more should do.
Jeez. Oh, God.
There we go. Now I look
Zach's
like I'm
heart
not
wasn't
beat to
in it.
death.
Zach's heart wasn't in it.
Zach's too nice.
I don't want to hurt my friends.
Wait, so you're not? I thought you were just gonna use the hat to make yourself look like you've been beaten.
But
No.
think about it. If they have good sense and they don't smell blood.
Right. I'll walk over and just give Ulfgar a big hug.
He picks you up, actually, and
and covers
squeezes
me
you a bit.
in blood, and I'm like, okay.
What's that smell? Why does that tent smell weird?
It's
Smells
his
like
fingers.
fun.
Not wrong.
His fingers probably do smell.
That's gross, you guys.
Says the virgin.
Ulfgar, you're giving that hat over. Excuse me. I am not a virgin.
I already caught you
You
in
probably-
this lie. No, wait, everyone caught you in that lie.
So
You rolled like an 8.
Yeah, you think you did. I notches all day long. Yeah.
So I'm looking at you guys. So anyone else jumping in?
Chance, you gonna take the hat?
Sure, in a second. He rolls around in the mud naked some more.
Well, I guess actually, if I'm sneaking, I should probably roll in the mud.
Yes. We want to cover your sense.
But now I also have the bloody smell. So I mean,
Actually, could we have just done the hat the night before? Because he has to attune to it.
Yeah, I probably was wearing it all night.
All right. All right. I shield up.
Signe.
I'll just flop into the mud. Everything is muddy except my my magical hands, because they stay clean.
She's just like, and they're clean.
I go. I actually flick the mud off and it hits you.
Signe. It's your
Why is
turn.
everyone giving me a mud?
I will elegantly get in the mud, act like it's a fucking mud bath, and then get out.
There is a geyser mode. We could make it a mud bath.
I mean, it's been running for 8 hours. It should be a mud bath.
The whole area.
Well, there's a difference between this much mud in a big area and this much mud.
I mean, geyser doesn't mean penetration.
Chance will now throw his rest of his gear into it and pull it back out and then get dressed.
But it does imply that it launches at a decent rate, because geyser.
And then I'm gonna look at you and go,
Mud.
I hope you got thoroughly mud on your skin under your garments, because smell would still come from there. I'm looking at
I
Zach.
rolled around in it. There's only so much we can do.
I
I'm not
I wear very thin clothing.
Well, no, I was looking at Zach on that one.
Oh.
I hold my armor out and go ahead.
Yes! Squish! I help.
And the pads.
I wonder how is Fafnir taking this? Because that's gold. That's the golden scale. The gold dragon scale
I can
armor.
hose you off later.
He does his duty. He's a good
Duh.
boy.
No, he meant how does he react to the
Oh,
golden
okay.
scale armor getting covered in mud?
Oh, the gold armor? Yeah, no, he's disappointed but not surprised. He understands.
Yeah.
Um,
And now,
he
Zach,
has-
and now the pants.
What? Under the pant? Come on, man.
He has 10 powers. He understands.
You know,
I'll let you do that one.
I'll do the poopy walk to get it going up my legs. Oh, okay.
I may be bleeding from 4 or 5 different places, but I feel like I got the better deal.
Mud's not so bad.
Yeah, but
kinda
healing word doesn't fix chafing.
I've been
All
muddy
right.
before. I'll be muddy again.
Zach. Chance, you always have mud on you in some way, shape, or form, man. Anyways, all right. So let's do this.
Alright, so we're stealthing off.
So us three will staying back. You guys do your thing. You have to have the potion ready in case you need to.
Got the potion in my hand.
I'm pulling out the potion of speed, and I'm gonna put it like on my belt pouch or whatever, so I have it as quick access.
Bag shirt. Come on, put it on.
Oh yeah, I'll put the chain over, hold it, and I'll get like Chance to clamp the manacle
Clamp it.
around it so it looks like a bag. Chance, show him how to unlock it really quick because we made these for you.
I'll
I just
walk you through the steps.
slip my hand out.
Well,
Yeah.
but you're
The-
sure it's both hands.
It would
The
be both
fingers-
hands, though.
I know, but the fingers on the left side are the ones that
Yeah.
don't really care about bone.
That's gross.
Right, but I show you how to
the
undo
manacle,
other
like
side.
he has his hand in the bag, right? And there's like fingers poking up.
In every direction.
It's just like
Make a show of it, just like a finger here, down here, down there.
all right. I'll pick the decanter, gore it up again, and put it in the bag. I'll turn it off, cork it, and put it in the bag. All right, let's go. It's pretty big evidence of a camp, so.
Plus, I figured the gourd was how he stayed hydrated.
I mean,
Yeah.
Probably.
Can't always drink alcohol.
You
Have you
Ah.
seen the Renaissance period?
All right, so we're stealthing off.
You guys go ahead. How far do you want to go? We'll wait.
30, 40 feet, 50
No.
feet. 60 feet.
I'd say at least 60.
All right, 60 feet.
Okay.
12-second head start.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet, sweet, yes, yes. That was a good time to do that, Grits.
I told you I can stealth sometimes. You have a plus
That's Chance. That's
12.
you. That's
I know.
you, man.
Yeah,
I
he's
just had to
still.
laugh. I had rolled a 19.
You guys rolled the same thing.
Yeah.
He just has a bonus.
Oh, yeah. I just have a big bonus.
Chance is like, ha ha ha.
Goodbye.
And I'm like, shh, I can still move faster.
Right. So you're getting a little farther ahead, and then the rest start following?
Yep.
Okay.
Me and Signe will flank Ulfgar,
Mhm.
and I'll just walk. I'll walk with my arm like under his arm.
Okay.
You're bending down, or are you carrying me?
No, you're walking. Why wouldn't you walk?
I'm just saying, I'm really short to get your arm
Not that
under my.
tall.
Oh
You
wait,
just
that's
scruff him.
Signe.
Yeah, that's me.
I'm
Signe's
taller than
really
Signe.
fucking tall.
But I'm not that tall. I mean, I'm 6'5".
Yeah, you're 2 inches taller than me.
Yeah, you're a tall, skinny woman. You're like, like the muse, one of the tall muse in Hercules.
Hmm.
That's a
Bless my
reference.
soul, Earth was on a roll.
That's a reference. Alright, you'll continue moving forward. Time will go by. You'll definitely make some good distance from your campsite. What's going on?
I forgot to do what I said I was going to do, which was actually climb
Oh.
part of the cliff and look ahead, but that's fine.
I'm sure nothing bad will come of less knowledge.
Anyway, so a few hours are going to go by of you traveling, and you're not going to see much. But give me perceptions just to see if you notice anything in particular different or anything.
Just the
special.
two in front.
If the rest of you want to make it 2, but the 2 in the front, I need definitely.
Whoa.
Roll for jerk.
Huh?
I see all.
Okay.
Look, I used to roll with advantage. Just remember that.
I got mud in my eye.
Hours more will pass. Like, it's going to be nearly half of the day will go by. But then, Grits, you're the first one to notice it. Something odd about the cliff in front of you. And I mean, it's like far in front of you, like a few, like miles away still. There seems to be a big, like, crack in it.
When you say crack, is it like a wide enough crack people can go into, or is it just like a
It's
big...
hard to tell. It looks like a gigantic scar in the side of the cliff that probably goes up a couple hundred feet. Maybe 300 or 400 feet. So, you're noticing it barely. And Ulfgar, then you will notice it too.
Would I have seen that in any of the... like, would I be able to know based on my map, my cartography skills, that that's kind of in the same direction we want to go? Or kind of maybe
You've
what
been
we
in the
might be
direction
looking
you
for?
want to go, so, I mean, you've already been there.
Would I remember seeing this in the map room that we were in?
Not at all.
Do I see any other noticeable landmarks that I would notice from the maps?
No. Nothing seems to stand out from the maps.
I would just keep heading towards it. I'd probably maybe pick up like a like signal to Chance, however we're signaling quietly to each other, you know, so that he can see it.
I mean, have we been with her between her traveling with Rufus and me? Has she picked up any thieves' cant?
Probably not. I mean, like, you didn't really use it at all.
I mean, it doesn't even matter. It's like I mean, I could literally
I
just
know.
Like, the fact is, Rufus and you didn't really use it around her ever, so not really.
There was no one else to use it with after.
Yeah, exactly. There was no one to use it with, so.
So as we're going, I'm assuming that Chance and I are leaving some sort of indicators for the party to follow. Otherwise, they would just be going in the same direction. I will probably just take 2 seconds and draw like an arrow pointing in the ground.
Okay.
Just pointing towards the crack.
Grits left a mark for the crack over there.
It's ancient aliens. It's a sign from
Alien.
I'll take my foot and I'll smudge it out. And I'll go, all right, you said there's a crack that way. Let's go.
So, and I'm assuming Chance and I kept going, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Unless you say you're going to stop, I'm going to assume that you're going to
Zach.
I
keep
mean, a
going.
brief pause to do an arrow, so...
Yeah.
what's my motivation here?
You're hurt.
Depressed.
Very hurt.
You're happy to be
All
a
right.
slave.
I got this. Nothing changes.
Perfect.
All right.
You're in the tent with Grits again last night. Yeah.
Stop smiling. That's weird. Ulfgar.
Tell people to stop sending funny messages then.
Anyway, all right. You'll continue forward. It will get larger, and then
Yeah.
Grits. You will be the first to notice there's some kind of structure at the base of this. You're probably about 2 miles away now, but it's pretty open to there.
I see the structure. Can I tell if it's like a house, a wall, a ballista?
Looks like massive walls with a couple of buildings outside the walls. You only see...
Okay.
From this angle, you can see one large building that looks... It looks like it's got very high wall. It looks almost like it's maybe walled similar to the other walls, like 2 sets of walled structures. And it looks like the crack goes behind the wall.
Okay. So like the wall is built around kind of where the crack is behind it.
Yes.
Pointed out to Rufus. Pointed out to Chance. I was like, wait a second, wrong character. As we're heading along,
At least
and
I'm not
then-
Zach.
Is there any grass or anything we can kind of duck down into, or trees we can hide behind or anything, just to kind of watch for a few seconds to see if we see movement and creatures?
You could try taking a look around. I mean, the grass here is the same grass as it's always kind of been. About
So I can hide pretty dang good. in
Like-
something
like-
small.
like like knee level for most, like an average human. So I mean, you could duck down pretty decently. You could hide for distance, but
Yeah.
close up, it probably wouldn't be very good because the grass, you'd still be noticeable from, especially if those walls from above.
Okay.
So they're like guard walls. Okay.
Yeah. I would pause and get Chance's attention and just kind of, if we try to stop for a second and talk, I mean, how long before they catch up to us?
Not long.
Chance would have, had something set up to like signal you guys to stop or something.
Mhm.
Like he'll flash a blade behind him.
Like a flecting.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn it! I think we were supposed to stop.
Mostly because I'm wondering if we want to try to get up closer before they get spotted to see what we can see.
Ulfgar, do you see anything?
I don't know. I haven't gotten the go-ahead blade flash yet, so.
I mean,
We can try to get closer, but well, we're still disguised. Even if we're seen, we're just gonna look like two Calada moving closer to the walls.
Yeah.
I think it's worth a gamble.
How often can we use the disguise to change how we look?
I will.
At will? I'm gonna make it look like I maybe have like a broken leg. I know from this distance they won't be able to tell, but if somebody comes up on us, I can start faking it.
Okay.
Other than that, I look like the same Calada that I've looked like, and then I guess start sneaking up, trying to get close. I have an idea. Shush.
All right. So you're getting closer.
Yeah.
Can you give me new stealth checks? Okay. So you're like crawling around with a broken leg, basically.
Well, it doesn't. I mean, unless they're like right up on us, it's not that obvious. It's not bone protruding out.
Yeah, I
or
know,
anything.
but I mean, like you're still trying to like
90-degree.
you're still trying to crawl, basically, up close.
No,
Okay.
we're just stealthing up. It's just if somebody comes across us, I'm gonna just play
Okay.
it up like, oh,
All right,
yeah.
So you can stealthily move up. You can about half your distance, and give me another set of perceptions for the two of you who stealthed up.
Maybe I can actually roll do something this time.
That's how
Oh, this is where it goes bad. Oh.
It's almost a 17.
With my long sight goggle thingamdoohickeys, do I get a chance?
If you want to study it for a while, go ahead and give me another check. Then I'll say. Maybe you can pick up something else.
Sure. Nope.
Nope.
Damn mud keeps getting in my eye.
The thing is,
For me, it's blood, not mud.
Chance, you at very least do notice something. It looks like the structure that's attached to the cliff face, the large walls, seem to have a number of towers on them.
Damn it.
I'm gonna grab your shoulder, Grits.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they should approach.
Okay.
I'll let you guys catch up to us.
Give the go-ahead symbol.
Yeah, like.
Oh yeah, I never said
Dude, my other eye.
Flash him! Flash him!
No. Grits flashes and Ulfgar's like, oh, we should go.
They gave the go ahead.
Okay, so I'll proceed forward. This time, do we see the structure? Is it obvious? It's obvious. I would assume.
By the time that you three are catching up to them, you can see the structure. It's quite obvious.
All right, I'll just kind of whisper down, talk low, not whisper, down to Ulfgar and go, just have your spell ready, because it's the only way we can talk to him.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
I think it's best you guys go ahead.
Oh God, dude!
I love doing that to you.
Yeah, what's up?
There's towers up there. there's obviously probably going to be patrols. You guys have a purpose.
Okay.
If you guys walk up and announce yourselves, it'd be better than us trying to sneak up, and if we're seen, be highly suspicious.
Okay.
We can come up behind you guys, try to stay stealth, and use you guys as a distraction, basically, and try to sneak in behind.
Understood. I'm gonna look at the fortifications. Is there like a clear gated, like an entrance gate?
You don't see one on this side.
All right, so we should walk around. I guess follow us.
So what you can see is straight in front of you, connected to the going straight up flat to the cliff, is the fortification wall. That's the main thing you see. You're estimating that it might be like 40, 50 feet tall. The towers stretch another 10, 20 feet above there. You can now see... why don't the three of you who are caught up give me perception, and I can give more details then.
Okay.
Because you are still a mile away. So, Zach, you're definitely picking up a lot more. And Ulfgar...
all of them are
Second
picking up a
crew,
lot.
baby! B
Okay.
team! It's
Okay,
like the house!
so the three of you can notice that you can see from this angle 3 towers. One that's positioned almost right next to the cliff wall. One that's positioned maybe about 3/4 of the way from the cliff wall. And then one more that's positioned where you can see the fortification end, at least on this side. You don't know how far back it goes. You actually begin to notice that those two actually have an angle between them. So it looks like it's not a straight wall. It's mostly straight up until the second one, and then it kind of goes at an angle between those other two.
Almost as if there's an entrance there.
There isn't really an entrance there, but it doesn't look like it's a square fortification. It looks like it's maybe... If you're assuming that there's at least 3 walls, this is like a 4th wall. Like, for whatever reason, they cut a corner.
They're using it to block any type of direct assault, right? So you'd have to break up and come through like smaller areas. Is my assumption.
In front of them, so kind of coming farther from the cliff wall, the structure that you saw, you're actually getting a good sight of it. It appears to be a stone building with, which, Ulfgar, you can notice it has small windows with what looks like metal bars in it. And at the front of it looks to be like a fortification built. So it's like a miniature fort almost, but it's like a large building with a little fort area on the front. And you notice that that one actually does have a tower. These walls are slightly shorter, but it also has a tower at one of its corners. There's about 50 feet in between that one and the walls, so it's like out from there, it's like 50 feet. Before you get to this secondary structure that's in the front of it.
Hey, Signe.
Yes, Ulfgar.
You should make it look like your disguise doesn't have a tongue.
Injury. Something with the jaw or something.
Now they won't expect you to talk.
Yeah. I have a crazy idea.
Oh,
I'm all for crazy.
goody.
We have an invisibility potion, and I can make someone fly.
That
How
is
long does
insane.
the invisibility last?
An hour.
An hour? Send grits?
I was thinking that or chance, because they're both much sneakier than any of us.
Yes, but grits can chart out.
Yeah, what is the purpose?
Get more information, or get in there. Because chance, actually, it would probably be best to get. It would be easier to get you in there.
Yeah,
And
chance.
you could
You're
relay
saying.
information, but how would you give us the information? So it doesn't really help us.
Half hour in, then come back out.
The fly doesn't last that long. Fly only lasts 10 minutes.
But we could maybe get a lay out of the land at least.
And Grits is great with maps. We could do it. It's draining. What
The
I can
map
do.
would be good, but honestly, Chance has the military. Don't you have military background knowledge? Something, or is that just you, Zach?
Well,
He's not military. I'm military.
He has skirmish knowledge.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I would be the best for like identifying the fortifications, but I'm not sneaky. So, all right, let's just go in.
I mean,
think
Chance
we're
is the
overthinking this.
sneakiest, though, so...
I don't think he needs the help as much as you do. Yeah, no offense.
No, I'm saying if you were to send him in, he could fly in over, invisible, and then sneak back out.
What like, I think it's an awful big risk. I mean, it would, if you guys want to
Or
do
just
it. we'll
walk in there. I mean,
do it. Yeah, that's what I think we'd do.
I think anything's a big risk. We are literally walking into enemy territory.
Do I know if
We're already in enemy
Canacor...
territory.
Quiet.
Do I know if Canacor demands any sacrifices?
You're actually unsure about that one.
Because you mentioned the barred windows. I'm thinking there's a jail here.
It would be a very large building, but it could be a jail.
My new home.
It's a stone structure, and that one is separate from. It's like a separate, because it is again. It's like a separate fortification in front of the other fortification. It's definitely much smaller.
I'm scared as hell to do this because I am afraid I'm gonna fuck it up with the talking.
Yeah, whatever, though.
All right, let's do it. Let's
Do
just
it.
bring him in like he's hurt.
We'll hang back.
Oh. Ow. My everything.
Ulfgar,
You beat
you are
me
the
so
worst
good.
So good.
And he got punched.
Well, not good.
Well, to be fair, I didn't exactly get to take anyone on a date to the opera, so...
Which one of the structures are you heading for? The larger fortification by the cliff, or the smaller one in the front?
I think the smaller one. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
We're all together. We can talk about this. What do you
Yeah,
guys think?
well, I think we're hanging back, right?
Yeah, we're hanging back.
Yeah, but we haven't gone yet.
Yeah, but wherever you decide to go, we're just following.
If we go to
Wherever
the
you
bigger
go.
one, I think there's going to be
I'll
more
follow
people.
Yeah, that's
And
a
more
fair
people and more
assumption.
questions. I think if we go to the smaller one, we'll get more intense questions. But
I,
it won't be as, the frequency won't be as high. I think.
Orn has told me something, which is the bigger the crowd, the less suspicious you are no matter what.
Easier to steal someone's pocket in a crowd than it is if they're by themselves.
Even if you're on the run, if you can do a quick change of clothes, it seems perfectly normal to everyone that you're completely changing your profile.
All right, let's go to the big one then. All right. Damn it.
All right, we just
I'm
need
really-
to bookmark this.
Josh, I am nervous as hell about screwing this up.
We need to
Y'all
just
die.
bookmark this moment as when Ulfgar killed the party.
Okay, so we got Signe, Zach, and Ulfgar moving up on their own while Chance and Grits are holding back and trying to be stealthy.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, Ulfgar has the glove thing on. He looks like a prisoner. He's beat up.
Mhm.
And both Signe and I look like the command type staff. But Signe has an injury on her jaw or her tongue's missing, whatever she decides.
Okay.
Um,
Now, how are you approaching this? As I said, there's like you're heading for the larger structure. You're going to have to head between the two structures and probably close to the, at least definitely within eyesight of the towers that you see.
I am gonna do what those guys did to us. So they were about 30 feet out and they started yelling at us.
Mhm.
So I am gonna get, as we get closer, I'm gonna look to Ulfgar and go, as we get to like yelling distance, like 30 feet, from where I think people would be, like either a tower or a fence.
Sure.
And I'm gonna go to Ulfgar and I'm gonna say, how long does that thing last?
An hour.
Alright, do it.
Are you
So much blood.
ritual
So much
tasking
blood.
it?
There's so much
No,
blood.
no, that's healing.
It's healing.
For this one, you just hear like 40 different voices talking at once in different languages.
Oh, okay, so normal.
So normal.
So yeah, so, we're all crazy here.
Oh.
Alright, and then as we get closer, I'm gonna say, Ulfgar,
We
is there
all
a way you
float
can
down
make
here.
it slightly louder too.
not my purview. You should ask the not talky one.
Can you make me louder so my voice booms a little bit?
I can't. I don't have a spell like that.
Okay, I'll try to do it myself.
I'm
just gonna try to imitate the voice.
When you get about 200 feet away,
200?
When you get about 200 feet away, you can notice that it looks as though in the tower, the farther from the wall tower. So yes, you can definitely see that it's a straight kind of out from the wall, from the cliff face, then a little angle with a tower on each side of the angle. So kind of like this kind of shape, and then it flattens. And then you can kind of see already at this point, it flattens out like this, and the wall goes farther. You do not see any more towers from these three, so you're not sure if they're much farther down and out of sight. But from the one that's kind of the farthest from the wall, you see a couple of them seem to be pointing at stuff. And then you can see one of them goes up to what looks to be a bell and rings it twice. Clang, 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 clang.
Goes the trolley?
And then, like, you'll see them kind of, like, one of them kind of wave a little bit to you.
I'll signal back. I try to mimic their wave.
Okay. Just roll me a quick deception.
I am, like, super, like, pretty now.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. Do I get advantage because I'm disguised at all? Or...
Well, you rolled pretty well. They'll stop ringing the bell, and it just seemed like to be watching. It seems like two of them seem to be kind of like keeping an eye on you. One of them just seems to be kind of like watching out, probably intently on you. The other one does have their kind of weapon drawn and is kind of like looking to you and looking to the nearby area. And the other two seem to have gone back to their kind of like scanning the horizons.
Alright.
You can see that the other tower then has taken notice of you also. They're not as intent on watching you, so it seems like this tower has almost taken charge of keeping an eye on you coming in.
Yeah, we'll head towards that one.
Okay.
With basic military knowledge, knowing to go to the one that seems to be paying the most attention.
Mm-hmm.
Zach.
Yeah.
Do you need any assistance, sir?
I'll make it pretty obvious, but hit me when I give a pretty obvious signal.
Yes. We found this creature. And I'll grab his hand and hold him up with the slinking thing. And I'll go, he has some kind of deformity. He's unique. We've never seen anything like him.
Does he have some kind of powers that allowed him to break into the walls?
Not that I know of.
Should probably be interrogated. We'll send some troops to the gates. Send him to the prison.
Shit. I say, it's Celestial, because I can do that now. No, I'm just kidding. I'll go, right. We'll be here, and I kind of just, I do a mock kind of shove. To...
Just, he's going to actually point down the wall. Just head to the gate, sir.
Right. Yeah.
So,
how are maneuvers going?
One job at a time, and I just grab Ulfgar and drag him along.
So we square around till we find the gate.
It is.
I don't give him time to like really talk.
You can head down the wall. You will pass by the because you've got that stone building on your left. You will pass by it, and you will see that there are 3 more buildings in front of this larger structure here that you're now walking into. One of them looks like a massive kind of barn or stable, and then there seems to be 2 smaller, like 2-story buildings. All of them made of stone, pretty well built. You're not sure what the 2 smaller ones in the front are. But you do see large main gates here also.
I have no idea what grids and enchants are doing.
Sneaking.
Well, yeah, what are you 2 doing? You've seen them doing this. What are you two doing?
Cursing it quietly in my head.
You two are probably at least 1,000 feet away, we'll say right now. But, yeah, what's your plan?
Probably start trying to sneak up in that direction, because that was the plan we were gonna go with. I would double down, like...
You might want to drink the potion.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until I think I'd rather have it to try to sneak and get out than to sneak and get in.
Yes, but it's going to look very odd that we're trailing them and trying to be stealthy if they see us.
Do you want to go in their broken leg as well and gimp in? Maybe they'll accept us, even though we don't speak their language.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Screwed no matter what. Well, what do you suggest then?
I may be able to manage to sneak. I don't know if you are going to be able to. That's why I'm saying you might want to drink the potion. You also have the speed to catch up to them easily. I may have to try to find an alternative way in. I don't know.
But then we're splitting up and it doesn't matter, so, I would rather not drink the potion now. I'm still on board with drinking it to get out.
Should have flew your ass in there. You should have flew
Should
somebody in there.
have flew my ass in there, drop me in.
If we stuck to the mountains as much as possible,
Along the
where the wall goes up, where the wall meets the cliff face, is there a tower at the top of that part of the wall?
Yes. So there's a tower right next to the, pretty much right next to the cliff face.
How open are these towers? Like, do they have large windows? Do they have...
The towers themselves seem, at least on the outside, as far as you can tell, nothing. At the top, it's kind of one of those towers that's got the parapets, but it's also got like a roof above it. So it's kind of got like a more like a... I wouldn't call it like a wooden, like slated roof. So it does look like it's wood slates. So nothing that would burn very easily, but also it's wood kind of on top.
No, I'm not.
I'm just saying for like, you know, for the idea of like what you're describing it. But it does look like that's sort of like put over top, so it gives a little shade to those that are on top, and it also gives like protection from arrows from above. So it will look like, again, it's got like those kind of like stone parapets all around the top of it.
What kind of masonry are we talking about?
Masonry like on your castle. There's actually really good masonry. These are stone walls.
Is it more? So it's more smooth.
Yes. These are very well stone walls. Like, this is probably the best bit
Quick
of
question.
construction you've seen, period, in this area.
What kind of creatures have we seen in this area that could be approximately our size?
Nothing really. Maybe a small member of the Elks.
What if one gets on the other one's shoulder?
You disguise as the top half of a tiger, and I'll be the bottom. Because I can run faster.
So it's just like Slinky Dog.
I mean, I don't think that works.
No, I was gonna say if there's like the giant spiders, wolf spiders or something, we could just look like them.
You
Those
haven't
would be
seen
something
them?
that would try to hide.
Yeah, you haven't seen them. There's signs of animals. You've seen some signs of other types of animals, but
The only thing
not
we've
in
seen
Great
really here were the Ak type creatures.
Yeah. And a couple of caves that look like they might have been once animal caves, but you have no idea how old they were for animal caves. For all you know, it could be like 100 years ago that there was an animal living there. You don't know. This area is cut off, so... And you have not seen any signs of major, like, trees or groves at all. So you don't even know what kind of woods, like, what kind of trees are growing in this area, except for those occasional ones. And the grass all seems to be the same. As far as you know, they could have eliminated all the predators in this area and just left themselves and whatever creatures they're raising that are more farm animals. This, like, entire area could be, like, their countryside. And it is quite a big area, is the thing, too.
I could have flown Ulfgar in there with the visibility.
Oh my
potion.
gosh, get over the invisibility potion.
Right, but he could have went right in the middle and went crazy, right?
I mean,
and flew out.
it's 30
I mean, I
feet,
could
it's
do
not
that
that
anyways.
big.
Hey.
Excuse me. All right.
Okay, even one going crazy if he has no
Could
one
trigger the rest
attack,
of them.
then his compatriots would be a good distraction.
And I can do it twice.
But that's neither here nor there because
Alright,
we can't
so-
talk to each other right now.
Yep, Chance. So what do you suggest then? Besides using the potion now, because I'm holding on that. It's like my trump card in my pocket, alright? I'm holding on it. Gotta wait. Pocket ace.
Why would there be a trump card? There's already a wall.
Exactly.
The only thing I can think of as an alternative route in and not having to pass as many would be to go up. But that's not going to be an easy task.
Well, I do have the immovable rod still.
But just one.
How many do you have?
None.
Exactly.
But one you can't really climb with. Two you might be able to.
All right, so fine. That's a terrible idea. Let's. Let me read this guy.
I have an idea.
Actually,
We suck at this, guys.
out of character, you can climb with one immovable rod and acrobatics. You swing, 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 release, hit it again, swing, swing,
Yeah.
swing, swing, release, hit it again.
Okay, that's good for one person.
Yes, one person. I didn't say two.
Aren't you
I
going to
have an idea. It may not be great.
As if
Face.
any of ours are.
That's
We
good
have
for
another bookmark. Chance has an idea.
I could drop my disguise and look like the mongrel. And you could be bringing me in.
Okay. Matt just did a head twitch when you said that. Bad idea. Abort. Abort.
I did a head
abort.
twitch before he said it, technically.
He said I could drop my disguise, and Matt went like abort
Like,
the idea.
ooh.
Actually, I didn't know he was disguised. I thought he was
Yeah.
still just a
Yeah,
mongrel.
you took Ulfgar's head.
That's right.
Yeah.
I knew he took
Yeah.
the hat, but I didn't know he actually used it. So
But I could drop this.
I don't see any reason to.
You could say I was a slave that is, well,
Yeah.
can't talk. Yes.
We can't talk. That's the main thing. So any of our plans that involve interacting with them are terrible.
I have nothing else.
This is bad. Just catch up to us. If you guys can't do it, just catch up to us. You have disguises.
I said we just keep with the plan, which was to keep following you guys.
Yeah, I didn't realize we stopped. I thought we were actually like trailing them.
I mean, if you want to be closer, sure, but I want you to give me stealth checks then.
No,
I can
there's nothing. There's nothing in between us now.
Yeah.
We can say right now this is a little back in time, and this is as they're coming up. You know, you're behind them. This is your decision.
Like right before they talk to him.
Yeah, this is like while they're getting up close. Like, you've stopped at a distance that you feel like, we'd probably be noticed, and we'll have to start worrying about being noticed. That's where I'm saying you stop.
If we could get close to the walls at least, to be hugging them.
I don't think we're gonna get that close.
But you'd have to go through an
Without
area of
stealthing.
where they are watching, kind of thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
And the tension is on that area right now. They just rang that bell.
Mm-hmm. This is probably like right after they rang the bell. It looks like whatever, like the bell ringing they did, there was a pattern to it, and it looks like it was more of a like someone coming in rather than, you know, alarm.
Right. Well, if we get questioned, we point to them, as in we're with them.
Okay. So we're gonna try stealth.
Ugh.
Oh. I mean, not like mine's gonna be much better.
Oh. all that talk, and you're just with us.
I thought we were already.
Okay, so
all went on. We probably could have snuck in at a very different place and worked our way.
So the three of you that are moving past this, soon after you move past it, you hear something different from the tower, like a different set of bell ringing. As you turn up, and it looks like a bunch of them are now training arrows towards one of the areas behind you. They're like, as if they've spotted something.
I see them with my passive.
Yeah,
I
you
stopped.
do.
Oh,
It looks like they noticed your two friends being all
would be-
stealthy.
wave them forward to you. Quickly, just wave in that general direction towards you.
Okay, I'll turn and I'll look back. Do I see them when I actively look, or do I need to do a perception check?
Do a perception. They're trying to be stealthy.
Alright.
Well, we could have heard the bell, right?
Yeah, you guys heard the bell ringing again, but it was a different pattern.
Wow!
It was a different pattern, but you don't know what it means.
Well, I was gonna say,
Sure.
if we hear the bell, I'd look up at the tower and see.
I said I stopped.
Yeah, you stopped.
And I'm
You did
basically
stop.
going hands up.
Okay, so he's not
I'm
stealth
not
anymore.
stealthy anymore.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So I'll
yeah,
yell
so
back and be like, "What are you doing?" In the Calada language. Get over here! You're taking too long.
I still have the fake broken leg.
I don't know what you don't know what I'm saying. So 'cause
I'm
using
just
the-
Wait.
I thought that's not how
Over.
tongues works.
They
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
tongues.
they would
Yeah.
understand it. They
Yeah,
would
they
understand it.
understand it.
Okay.
Grits Chance, give me perception. You guys are like 300 feet away. You might be. You might not be able to hear him perfectly, but you might.
Or at all.
Or at all.
There isn't a lot of noise, so I'm gonna say you're fine. For like you.
I was gonna
you
say
pick
I
up
was
enough of his
assuming
conversation.
anyway, and I was gonna come.
Yeah.
Yeah, I start limping up.
Can I look at the archers? Do they look like they're relaxing? With me yelling that?
The one that was talking to you before is kind of looked at, like you can see like leaning over. Sir, what's going on with these two?
They're supposed to be assisting us, but they're fools.
They were injured.
Slap.
I'm the one they can't understand, so I can talk as much as I want.
He's gonna like move back, and you're gonna hear another set of bells. A third symbolism.
I mean, do you want me to do a deception roll or anything?
Sure, give me deception. Actually,
I mean, was he really lying when he said they're with us? They're fools.
Hey! You're lucky I'm too far to hear you.
give me a second. Just to check.
It's meta hearing. You're a woman. You can hear it.
That's
He's like,
true.
oh yeah, huh?
Dagger eyes, 300 feet away to
Listen,
Ulfgar.
well, I get it.
Through the
It's-
disguise.
Interesting to see a monk and a vile transformation cleric get in a slapping fight, but if we have to, you may win in damage. I'll win the mind game.
Flurry of blows.
flurry of slaps.
There we go.
I'll slap you 4 times by how many times it just whips around your head.
All right. He's gonna come down afterwards. Sir, you should know that you don't have to worry about any ambushes from this. If this thing has any friends, you shouldn't have needed to set up for that. I understand traveling with some caution, especially if you're traveling with only this many escorts. You should know, no one has broken into the fortification. The central village is secure.
That might be true, but they never break in until they break in. Don't get lax on your guard.
My fingers start to wiggle through the chainmail a little bit. Just it ends like squirming around.
He's gonna go out of sight then. The two of you could catch up to them very easily then.
We do.
Mhm.
Yes, master.
Good job stealthing. I'll say as I grab Ulfgar and keep pulling him forward.
Remember, you two aren't to talk.
Shove Chance.
Alright, you'll make it to the main gates. They are
This is such a bad idea, guys.
closed. As you approach them, this set of like massive wooden doors that go almost all the way up the 45 feet to the top. As you're kind of waiting there for a minute, you can see that you hear this like noise happening, this like clanking noise that seems to be something moving, and then it stops, and then you hear another noise again as the gates themselves begin to open in.
Alright, so as the gates are opening, it's pretty loud, right?
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna quickly under my breath just say to the group, I'm like, alright, what's the plan? They're gonna take him into a prison, seems like. Hurry, we don't have time. Think.
This was a terrible idea.
Improvise.
See if you can be
Signe, I
allowed
might
to
cast
oversee.
darkness.
Well, fuck.
See if you can be allowed to oversee.
What?
Subtlety.
Oversee his interrogation.
Alright. Worst case scenario, I cast darkness on us and we run towards the crack.
You will see 2 soldiers inside the gates, which you can actually see that beyond the gates is a very large building, with another set of iron doors that are large, that seem to kind of fill the center of here. These iron doors actually line up perfectly with the massive crack behind there, which you can see that at the bottom of the crack is like a massive opening in the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like got this building which seems to once again surround it. So it's like almost like in whatever this large building that's at the center of this these walls just crowns the crack again. So there's almost like
I'm gonna take a risk.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just kind of reach inside to that feeling, that madness,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna look at the crack and try to get a feeling if this object is that way that I'm supposed to get.
Which object are you looking for? Thinking about?
You said that I was supposed to find some kind of oval object. That's it. That's all I know. And I know that this place
You have a
is
sense that it's near, and it's maybe somewhere in that building what you're looking for.
Alright, I'm not gonna say anything to the group. I'm just.
So
Gonna,
it's
you're gonna
like
see for a
it's
second-
within
well,
the building
guys,
before there, more kind of thing.
You'll see for a second that I'll look down into the skies and I'll just look up and I'll look right at the building.
But you also
Like,
sense
my
something
eyes-
else. Like there's some kind of like, as you're kind of focusing on it, it's like almost like you hear something in the wind that almost sounds like chanting. That seems to come from there for just a second. You'll see it from coming on either side of the large doors, another 2 troopers, so now there's 4 of these soldiers. Kind of like, it's like, sir, you wish for us to take you a prisoner?
Yes. I'll look back to Chance and the 2 smaller Calada,
Mhm.
my partners, and I'll say, take them to get food, refreshments.
There should be some
Where do
things
we
in the,
bring the prisoner?
the soldier will kind of point to the other building in front, the large kind of the smaller fortification. There should be something within the barracks, sir. For them.
I'll look to them and go get food. Because since they can understand me. And I'll look back to the other guy and I'll say, where should we take the prisoner? We should interrogate him, like you said. Like Will said earlier.
This way, sir. We'll just put him in here until we can get some authorities. With most of the generals out on the maneuvers. Did you have a chance to see the king himself? I heard he was leading the maneuvers.
Oh, they're in the cave. Fuck.
How far out can I wiggle a finger? Just out of curiosity.
You can see there's a couple of smaller buildings. When you enter the door to your left, there is a kind of building that's maybe about 25, 30 feet tall. That's within the walls. It looks like the corner where there was the two towers. There's a building there, and they're leading you towards that one. You can also see now
I'm gonna grab Ulfgar's hand while we're walking, and I'm gonna say, "Stop doing that! Stop with your hand! This thing can't understand me." But, and I'm gonna try to pull the chain shirt off so they can see the hand.
Give me a like sleight of hand. Is that would it be? Let me check.
And I'm just I try to act like I'm holding his hand down. Like
sort of give me a sleight of hand to do this like very nonchalantly.
Yanking and pulling, can I give him advantage?
Sure. Why don't you also roll a sleight of hand? You can do it a lower DC to give him advantage on his.
This will go great.
Okay.
Alright, so regular.
Lucky number 7.
Lucky number 7.
Hold on. If we roll one more 7, can it succeed?
No.
That's a jackpot.
Uh-huh.
Alright. Okay.
Like, once you enter into the grounds, you can see that the large building does have a number of smaller doors. There seems to be one to the, from when you first entered, to the left of the large iron doors. And you can see that kind of like there's a little almost inlet in the building, like part of it's a little horseshoe shaped, and there's another door in the middle of there. There seems to be some kind of religious symbolism above that door, so you recognize that, Zach, as something to Kelnakor. Like, you just get a feeling that's what it is, without having to roll a check.
Yeah.
So you feel like something religious is over there on the, we'll say the east side. Towards the big walls to the north. That makes it easy, because that's the actual directions. So you're heading to the east. Are the three of you heading to the other smaller thing, the barracks? To get some food?
I might give you an out so you can maybe sneak. That was my goal.
I
guess.
I'm still with I'm still with Zach and Ulfgar.
But you guys are in the walls now.
Yeah, I think it's just the
We
two
were
of
all
us would be.
together.
Well, they ordered...
I told
They
them
ordered...
to get...
Yeah.
He ordered us
He
to.
ordered us to go.
Yeah. And the trooper said if they want to get food, he pointed back the way you were coming to this smaller fortification, go to the barracks.
Yep.
So now you know that's not a jail, that's barracks out there.
That's outside, though.
I
Yeah.
know that.
Mm-hmm. Well, it looks like a smaller fortification. And Zach knows this place here is called the Central Village, not a fort.
It's close enough.
It is kind of
like-
a fort.
There's like 500 fucking people in this place, it seems like. And so... He just nodded, guys. He just...
Where do you think the army that we probably saw is stationed?
No, I don't think that's it. I think these are where the religious monks are. Where the religious... This is the religious, like, monastery.
I start... you said you're gonna hold me in somewhere, right?
I'm just, like, holding your hand.
You
like,
tried...
No,
okay,
they
I'm gonna
want-
say, like, you tried to pull him, and, like, the shirt shifted a little bit, but it didn't come off. Like,
I
it's
was
still...
more asking, like, the guy said that they can hold me in somewhere until interrogation.
They were said they were going to get someone to, like, approve any kind of interrogation and see who's around.
Okay. I wait for that.
Mm-hmm.
No, don't do madness.
I'm not. I'm not.
All right, so I'll just, if it doesn't, the bag doesn't come off, I'll just be like, yes, and I'll push it down, and then I'll just grab his arm and he's, careful with this one. His hand is weird.
Wriggle, wriggle.
Okay. They're gonna, as I said, they're gonna lead you to the southeastern corner, where the where there's this building in between the two towers.
Before we get too much farther, Chance, are you starting to head back to the barracks outside of the wall?
Because you two were ordered to do that.
You don't have to go outside the wall. You can head
Yes,
there.
it's
and
outside, he said.
But you're inside the walls right now.
You were at the door when you ordered that.
You could sneak. I'm trying to get you away from us so you guys can sneak. You can stealth.
Okay, let me put it this way. 2 of the troops are going with you. The other 2 are beginning to close the doors.
Yes, but there's buildings now, right? There's places they could jut down. It's not just empty land now.
Yes, you could try to sneak.
But that would also look very suspicious that we're jutting back in as they're closing the door.
You don't have to. We're inside.
No, they aren't inside. You ordered them before. You were at the gate as it opened when you ordered them.
Us inside.
Okay.
We're out.
All right. Fine. I'll wait till we get inside before I was.
And they'll point outside.
While we were doing that.
Yes, and they will point outside.
But why would we just sit there and talk at the gates? That makes no sense.
Because they were
march
figuring.
him in. He's a prisoner.
Well, 2 of them came up to you. Well, 4 of them came up to you and were like, "Hey, what's going on? What do you need help with?" At the gates.
All right. Misunderstood.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm not gonna say any of that shit.
Okay.
But I still would have tried to hold his arm down because I wanted to increase the severity of getting somebody to talk to us.
Sir, does one of your lackeys need attention? Looking to Fritz and her walking.
She'll live. I'll look down. You'll live, right?
And I straighten up and pat my leg like I'm trying to make it better.
One of them will kind of snicker, kind of grunt, and kind of move up to you and kind of elbow into you a little bit.
I snarl and gnash.
I'm gonna have to roll something because it's interacting with you. Let's see what this would be.
If they touch her illusion, it's gone.
No, it's not
No,
gone.
it's not gone.
There's a save. Like most illusion magics have some kind of save.
Let me see.
Or check.
It's an intelligence investigation.
Mm-hmm. Which, as we know, Calada are known for.
Mm-hmm.
After all, they are superhuman.
Yeah, it fails.
You just wouldn't touch anything. They would just move through it.
Touch it. It's
But
done.
all I look like is that I'm covered in fur. So that's really...
Oh, you're just being a short, you covered in fur?
Like I'm a little,
the shorter Calada.
the shorter
You
one.
would
the
not.
little,
You're too big to be the
mongrel
shorter Calada.
She can alter it by
Like the mongrel type.
Yes, but I'm saying if you're you're looking like Chance would be as a mongrel,
Yeah.
the
mongrel type.
Okay, all right, then it would probably guess you gotta let pets toughen up.
She'll learn. That's it.
The one will kind of sly up to you, Zach, and be kind of a little bit I get you, sir. Do not worry. We won't talk about it. Do you want some privacy later on? I might be able to arrange something.
That would be most fortunate for you.
Excellent.
And then I'll grab Ulfgar's arm and go, where are we going? Show us.
Okay. They'll lead you over to the building, and as I said, the southeastern corner. As you kind of lead inside, you're going to see, like, what appears to be, like, like, there's going to be, like, a quick, like, thump on the door, which you'll see, like, a Calada that looks like he hasn't been awake long. This looks a little bit like one of the Warbringers, but his fur is blood red all over his body.
I thought they always were red.
They are kind of like a reddish brown.
Oh, okay.
Like, he is distinctly, like, it's, like, much
Does
brighter.
He look older? Does he look older?
No, it looks like just, like, a very unique fur color. Nothing you've noticed before.
When as soon as I see him, I start singing dwarvish songs and celestial.
Okay.
So this is what I got woken up for. A prisoner.
He's gonna kind of go over to the wall, get, like, a key ring off, kind of lead you over to what looks to be a jail room.
Are we still surrounded?
It's him and the 2 guards are with you. The other 2 guards were closing the door. And you are under the towers now, too.
Oh, okay. I thought you said he opened the door. I thought we were going inside.
Yeah, you're going inside the building, though. But the building is under the towers, so if you just want to, like, you know, if you cause a big commotion, someone might hear it.
Yeah. We're still within sight.
Yeah.
Okay.
You might not be within sight, you might be within earshot, is more what I'm
Sound.
saying. You know, sound shot. Yeah. You can see that he's leading you towards a room divided in 2. You see one half of the room seems to have all kinds of strange tools, rusty and blood-stained across various tables. Looks like interrogation tools. Another side has another dozen manacles for hanging prisoners. It's kind of dirty, blood-stained, never cleaned. There are 3 here. 3 humans. One is obviously dead and still just rotting on the wall. The other 2 don't look to be in great condition.
Are they our people? Like
They
do
look
I
like
notice
your
them to be
people.
Scouts?
Yes.
All right, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna see this, and is the guy in front of me?
Yes, there's the one that's in front of you that's opening the
put
stuff.
my hand right behind his back, and I'm gonna summon my blade.
Okay.
Well, maybe it goes through him? I mean, it's not gonna kill him, but I'm just gonna hold my hand to his back, and I'm gonna summon the blade.
Roll and attack.
Yeah, I don't let my troops go. Zach protects his people.
I need his stats.
Not by dying.
Well, I mean, if you don't fight,
Okay.
you never win.
You can attack with advantage. You got the surprise.
Alright, this is clearly one-handed.
Mm-hmm.
23.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
God! Ow! It's so mean! It's one or the other! I need to stop showing both. I need to stop. Alright, 5 points of crazy damage. It's good damage. And I will also... Should I drop my disguise?
Alright, let's see here.
I won't.
That's going to have to be up to you, because I don't think any of us could really give you an advice.
I mean, I'm asking meta-wise.
Okay.
but, yeah.
That might make it worse.
It might, but I am clearly Count the Course Chosen. So...
We're bone.
I will
Sorry,
need you to roll
rolling.
me. Everybody roll me initiative. Yeah, they're the same. I'm just gonna put them all together. Though they are considered 2 different groups, I'm gonna put them together initiative-wise. See what I roll.
13.
Good for you. Alright, before we get into combat, though, why don't we take our second break, and then we'll get into this combat. And
We'll die.
Before we die.
This
You
breaks
drinks
on
we marry,
us.
my friends, for tomorrow we
We're not
die.
gonna die. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I don't leave my troops behind. I don't.
But you pick your battles.
No, I don't, because we have no control over this situation. This was my only opportunity to take care of them. We are literally being forced into one direction.
This is your only opportunity to stab this dude in the back. Yes.
We're being forced into a bad band? I'm sorry, you
if
said
we
one
all
direction,
die,
I was like,
if we all die, we could do a all bard group.
the whole bard group.
Anyway, let's go to our break. We can talk about the
Everyone a
insanity on
different way.
break. We'll see you in a couple of minutes. Bathroom break, snack break, drink break, whatever you need.
He just walked away.